I have been slowly reviewing all the Rambo movies, so it is time to review Last Blood. Last Blood is a film where, as soon as a girl that Rambo cares dearly about is just like this granddaughter now, goes missing after she tries to find this father that is a very bad person. He goes looking for her, and all this stuff plays out. It's a lot like the movie Taken, only it's a lot more violent, a lot more graphic, and very, very dark. So this film always is just trying to do too many things for me, kind of. I think it has its flaws, but I do think it's very underrated. Like the movie's really good. So I do think that it has its moments and it's very brutal. Very, very, very brutal. Like it does some things that if I talked about I could possibly get flagged for, so I'm not going to go into too many details, even though I will say he does some really bad stuff in the film. So all I know is he does some things that he probably shouldn't have done. Like that is very R-rated stuff because 1 through 3 were not the really movies that would be a hard R. 4 and 5 were very much hard R movies. Like they both do some things like, while Rambo 4 would rush through the violence by just making it very graphic, but it would go quick. So it was just like kind of ripping off a Band-Aid. Meanwhile, Rambo Last Blood is like having to slowly rip it off because it's very, when you do the violence, they go hard and in some ways worse than the fourth movie. They do some hard stuff, but they manage to go even harder because of the fact that they do it slowly so you can actually see what is happening to him instead of just having to rush through it like Rambo 4 did. You actually see some of the violence playing out, and this is a very, very brutal movie. And just the kill count alone is 46, I believe, for Rambo. It's a lot more than that for just the movie in general, but he kills around 46 people in this movie. He has a kill count of over 490 people, or if I'm not mistaken. But he kills a lot of people. The fourth film he kills around over 200 people. The third film he kills over 100 people. The second film he kills around 90 people. And the first film I know he only kills one person. That was as an act of defense. But whenever he does this, he manages to rack up a huge kill count. Except for the first, which was not very big because it was only one. But it's just the way that one of the things I kind of had to dock from it is the fact that it kind of does feel like this very sour epilogue to the franchise. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that, because Rambo 4 closed out this franchise in an amazing way. Rambo Last Blood feels like it's trying to overstay its welcome and being too much of a dark flick that we didn't need because we already had the conclusion. That's one of the only flaws I have with this movie, because I think it's balancing right between the verge of good and great. So, but I do think it's a really entertaining movie, and I love all the movies in this franchise. Well, not love, I like all these films. So I just have to say that. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, but I'm not going to pressure you to, but please do. I'm trying to reach my goal of now 65 because I just reached my goal of 50, so thank you very much for that, but please subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video where I rank all 5 Rambo films, which should be coming out in a few minutes right now. Have a good one.